Hi, my name is Jonathan Courtney, and this is my video nominating Givewell's Maximum Impact Fund for this year's Project for Awesome. For those of you who don't know, Project for Awesome is an amazing initiative set up by John and Hank Green that raises money for charities each and every year. This year I'm nominating Givewell's Maximum Impact Fund, which is a fund that goes to charities which Givewell thinks are the most impactful. But who are Givewell, and why should we be giving money to the charities they recommend? Givewell is a nonprofit dedicated to finding outstanding giving opportunities by identifying the charities that are the most impactful. They conduct in-depth research to determine how much good each charity does per dollar spent. Rather than evaluating all of the charities, Givewell focuses on a select few in order to give people the opportunity to donate to the most high-impact charities. But given that description, Givewell's working seemed kind of detached and abstract. Why am I recommending them for this year's Project for Awesome? Well, it's because I think the work that Givewell does is incredibly important and really hard to do. As both John and Hank have noted numerous times, the world is incredibly complicated, especially when we're dealing with people, and the truth resists simplicity. The issues facing people in extreme poverty are multifaceted, and it's incredibly difficult to sort through all of the information that exists on what works and what doesn't in those contexts. And when you look into the data like Givewell has, you find not only that some interventions have much more robust data sets, but also, and more importantly, some interventions are much more cost-effective than others. And while cost-effectiveness may seem like a dry idea, it's really important if we want to try and help people as much as we can with our limited resources. And the differences between the cost-effectiveness of different options available to us are, at least to me, pretty remarkable. To help showcase this, we can take a look at some numbers from the second edition of the Disease Control Priorities Project, a report which compares the cost-effectiveness of different kinds of health interventions. Each heart on the screen represents 1 week of healthy life, measured in disability-adjusted life years. We're going to consider how many weeks of healthy life different interventions get for $1,000 US. The first intervention is a treatment of Kaposi's sarcoma, an ailment that affects people in the late stages of HIV/AIDS. It is relatively expensive to treat, and so primarily sees treatment in the developed world. By treating it, we can get 1 week of healthy life for $1,000. Well worth the cost. But if we look beyond our borders to the fight against HIV/AIDS in the developing world, we see a dramatic shift. Antiretroviral drugs help prevent the progress of HIV into AIDS. Through them, we can provide just over 100 weeks, or 2 years of healthy life, for that same $1,000. If we look to other interventions fighting HIV/AIDS, we can find that funding distributions of condoms provides nearly 10 years, or 500 weeks of healthy life, for that same amount of money. And if we broaden our search to interventions that target any disease, we find the differences are even more incredible than this. Insecticide-treated bed nets prevent the transmission of malaria, and they're one of the best buys in public health. By funding the distribution of these bed nets, we can provide 20 years, or over 1,000 weeks of healthy life, for that same $1,000. If we want to decrease world suck as much as possible, we need to sort through all of the interventions that are out there to try to find those that look as promising as bed nets. Thankfully, organizations like Givewell can help us do that. Unsurprisingly, one of Givewell's longest-standing recommendations is the Against Malaria Foundation, which funds insecticide-treated bed nets. Givewell also recommends a number of other highly effective interventions, such as vitamin A supplementation through Helen Keller International, combating neglected tropical diseases through the Schistosomiasis Control Initiative, and giving unconditional cash transfers through Give Directly. It is remarkably difficult to find those interventions that work the best, but Givewell can help us do that. And Givewell doesn't just consider which interventions are the most effective, they also consider which organizations need the money the most right now to do the most good. 100% of the money you or I give to Givewell's Maximum Impact Fund goes directly to the charities they recommend. The reason I'm nominating Givewell's Maximum Impact Fund for this year's Project for Awesome is because I think when we're trying to help people, we should use the best evidence available to figure out how we can help people the most. Sorting through all the evidence out there just isn't feasible for most of us. Luckily, Givewell can help us out. If you want to learn more about Givewell, their research, and their recommendations, you can find out more in the links in the doobly-doo down below. Thanks so much for watching this video, and don't forget to be awesome.